All right, guys, we've got Trey King and we'll have Hassan Ward afterwards, then coach. Go ahead with any of your questions.
Hey Trey, it's Travis Hines from the Register. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. What do you know about Oklahoma State?
Um, they're a very hit or miss team. They're very streaky. They have got a lot of guys who can hit a lot of tough shots. They got some pretty good finishers in Anderson and Thompson, and then they have Cisse, who's first team on defense last year, 7-footer and stuff like that. So, they can be a tough team. They can give us some problems, but if we do what we're supposed to do and take care of business, we'll run through them.
What do you think is going to be the key offensively for you guys? I mean, you mentioned Cisse, but they've got a bunch of other guys that are pretty good defensively as well.
I think the key for us is just, doing what we've been doing, making simple plays, playing inside and out, getting touched in the paint and then, spraying the balls to the next open man. And yeah, that's really pretty much it, really.
All right. Thanks, man.
No, thank you.
Anybody else have anything for Trey? All right, so you're good then. Good. Hop on, Haas. Go ahead with anything for Hassan.
Hey, Hassan, it's Travis Hines from the Register. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. What's Oklahoma State's defense look like to you?
Like how we gonna play defense on them, or how they gonna play
their defense, Oklahoma State's defense? How do you attack it?
Do the same thing we do, push the score in the red zone. Just play our offense, move the ball around, keep the ball hot, and just try to find open areas to our advantage.
Seems like your guys' offense has improved as the season's gone along. What do you feel like, where has that improvement come from and why has it come?
Coach emphasized a lot getting the ball in the red zone, like the paint, and then play off 2, spray out. So it'd be like kick out 3. That's how our offense come together and stuff, and we just play together and share the ball. So that's been a big part of our offense.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. That's it. Everybody good?
Anything else for Hassan? All right, we'll be back with TJ.
Good morning, TJ.
How we doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good, thanks.
What's made Oklahoma State's defense as effective as it has been this season?
They do a great job pressuring the basketball. They have great length at the guard positions and on the wing. A lot of defensive versatility in terms of guys being able to switch things. And then, they do a good job. Obviously, Cisse, had been out and just played the 2 minutes yesterday. And I know everybody talks about his rim protection, but across the board, they do a really good job rotating and contesting at the rim as well. So, from a analytics standpoint, because of their length, they guard the 3 well, and because of their rotations, they protect the rim well.
For you guys who've been playing so well offensively, I think really for the last month plus, what kind of challenge do they present? Not only with how good they've been defensively, but to be on the road, against a defense like that.
Yeah, they're really good. I mean, as good of a defense probably as we'll play against. and obviously getting Cisse back, last night limited. I'm sure he'll be available for more minutes in our game Saturday. Very good defensive team for us. We have success when we get stops and then, play off that energy, whether it's turnovers, whether it's, dictating the shot attempts, whether it's, transition opportunities. So as good as their defense is, for us, getting stops, stringing stops together gives us our best chance to attack them.
It seems to me like your offense isn't quite as dependent on simply just making shots, that it's not, you don't need to get hot to be productive. What's been the key for you guys to have some efficiency, I think, over a longer stretch of period of time here?
Yeah, I think it's balance. It's guys like Taman and Jaron getting to the basket, guys like, Shun, Rob, even TK, being able to catch the ball in the paint and score it at the rim, or Shun at that high post area. Good movement. I think guys like Kelsher and Grill are outstanding movers without the basketball. Demarion's continuing to prove in that way as well. So I think it's that balance. It's not one person to take away. It's not one dynamic to take away. It's our ability to do a lot of different things relatively well, and makes it harder to just take one thing away from us.
What's the dynamic for the offense when you're, I guess, like you mentioned, you do a lot of things well in how you guys constructed that? Because it's not, it's, I guess, stuff, it seems like maybe on the edges where it's not, the relentless pick and roll, or it's not just kick out to 3-point shooters in the corners. It's more of manufacturing points, it feels like.
Yeah, I think it's more, we're lucky our guys trust each other. They want to make the right play. They're willing to make the right play. They're willing to cut hard or screen, do things that involve, sacrificing or making the play that leads to the play. But it's the variety in how we go about that. It's some pick and roll, it's some motion, it's some post ups, it's some play through Shun at the high post. And really it's trying to keep varying it so the defense can never, have a rhythm either. So that variety has been good for us. And then it keeps all 5 guys continuously involved. So it's not just one guy coming off pick and roll over and over and over, or, one guy coming off a type of screening action. It's 5 guys continuously involved in different ways and trying to keep mixing that up so that the defense can never really be, is never really comfortable defending us.
Thanks, CJ.
Thank you.
Hey, TJ, what makes Bryce Thompson a difficult matchup?
Yeah, he's really shooting the ball from 3, which at his size as a bigger guard, you've really got to have great focus, intent, aggressive closeouts. You can tell his confidence is continuing to grow, and, they're asking more and more of him. He does a great job if he's not pressured, getting to his mid-range game, especially going right as well, to his pull-up, and knocking that down. He really elevates. And then, he's done a good job finishing at the rim. So I think it's that ability to score at 3 levels. And the better someone's shooting it from 3, the more aggressive you have to, close, and the more that opens up the mid-range and the drive. So he's playing with a lot of confidence, doing all those things.
On Tuesday night, I was going to ask you after the game and forgot, but you put Gabe back in with 2 fouls. I think 8 minutes left in that first half. What's your philosophy on playing guys with 2 fouls in the first half of a game?
Yeah, it really comes down to situation. It's where's the game at? It is, who is it? What's the job we're asking of them defensively? I would say overall, I'm probably a little more liberal and trusting guys and playing them with 2 fouls than most coaches. But I think that was a situation where, Gabe's played at a very high level for us. He's been very impactful to winning. The score of the game was such that felt like we needed to be aggressive and have him on the court. and not take the chance that, you know, the margin could be greater in their benefit. And having him on the floor certainly, you know, impacted that. So playing him with the 2 fouls was a key component to us making the run, us starting to turn them over, and ultimately going in the half with a lead, you know, when we were down by a decent margin.
Thank you.
Yep.
DJ, Big 12 basketball can be difficult both mentally and physically. Kind of how do you balance the preparation and kind of staying fresh?
We don't vary our approach, practice, daily habits. We keep the same routine, more so because we want to have that rhythm. We want to practice the same time every day. We want to go hard every single day, and we want to stay, you know, bought into that work that we do on a daily basis. That way you're not putting more emphasis, or you're not as much trying to go through the highs and lows. Certainly there's games that are more physically taxing. There's games that are more mentally taxing, but at the end of the day, there's 18 games in this league. Every single one of them is hard. Every team is well coached. Every team has good players. Every team is physical, and any team can beat anyone on a given night. So I think more than, you know, those dynamics, I think it's the consistency of how you prepare and how you work every single day, so that you can play with a level of consistency and you don't have the ebbs and flows.
Thank you.
All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you.